What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's podcast. I am Dustin Parvin, and on this podcast, we talk about leadership, we talk about coaching, we talk about mentoring, and one of the reasons why I am so passionate about leadership is because I have just spent 20 years of my life being a leader in the United States Army. And now that I'm out of the Army, I want to share that knowledge that I have with everybody else. And before we get into this podcast, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to earn your follow or your subscription. All right, guys, so here we go. Although that this podcast is about leadership, today I'm going to give you guys my philosophy on leadership. And it's broken down in three different words, three different areas. The first area that we're going to talk about in my philosophy is mission first. The second area that we're going to talk about is people always. And then the third area of my leadership philosophy is standards. And I'm going to get into why I say mission first. I am a big fan of believing that leadership exists because of the mission. Yes, leadership is people focused, but it exists for mission. And I'm going to explain that. Now, if you take leadership as the definition, influencing people to reach a common goal, that is where I'm pulling mission first. And I'm also pulling mission first because it's part of the experience that I've had for the past 20 years. The mission is important. The mission is why. The mission is that common goal that everybody is working towards. Without that mission, leadership is dead in the water. There's no reason for leadership whatsoever. Now, when I say people always, leadership is for people. Without the people, there is no leadership. So when you're trying to influence your people to reach a common goal, there are so many different styles and different types on how you would influence your people. And I don't want to get into all the whole personality thing, the behavioral changes, and just the, industrial organizational psychology of it all. All I'm saying is take care of your people, care for your people, help your people. And with that being said, let's not confuse empathy as a scapegoat to be nice and to ignore standards. Empathy without accountability is a bad habit to get into. Now, standards exist for many different reasons. I'm a strong believer that one of those reasons that standards exist is to protect ethics, morals, values, laws, rules, and regulations. And standards not only protects those things, but standards help keep the people safe, especially when you are working in jobs that are dangerous as it is. But in an office setting where it's a lot calmer, how is standards keeping people safe? Well, if you're following the standards, your career is safe, because you're more likely not going to get in trouble. So standards are there for a reason. All right, so enough on mission, people, and standards. Here's another thing about my leadership philosophy is trust and integrity are the non-negotiable. And let me explain. Trust is given until you give me a reason not to trust you anymore. And integrity is so important because I need to know that you're going to do the right thing when nobody is looking. That is huge for the culture. And the final part of my leadership philosophy is this right here. Leadership must match the environment that you are in. You cannot lead a business the same way that you would lead youth. You cannot lead athletes the same way that you would lead parents. You cannot lead children the same way that you would lead adults. So guys, I'll leave you with this. If your leadership protects feelings but abandons the mission, that's not leadership. If your leadership avoids hard decisions, that's not leadership. And if your leadership lacks standards, it's not going to last. Leadership exists to develop people while protecting the mission. Anything else is just management with emotion. Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to today's podcast. I am your host, Dustin Parvin. If you enjoyed what you guys heard today, hit that subscribe button, like, share, follow, and remember this. Your rank or title does not make you a leader. Your actions is what makes you a leader. Become stronger leaders. Y'all can do this.